Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Boy, it's been a while. Welcome to 2022. If you had a rather rough 2021, congratulations. Why am I congratulating you? Because 2021 is over, man, and you never have to deal with it again, right? So, kudos to you on that. If you had an amazing 2021 or, you had an okay 2021, congratulations, you're now in 2022, and whatever happened in 2021, you can simply use that as a stepping stone for 2022, right? Remember that the past doesn't have to dictate your present or your future. Use it, man, as a lesson and as a stepping stone, right? Not as a stumbling block, please. It's awesome to be able to connect with you. It's been a while, and I've missed you guys. And so, this is the first Wednesday of 2022. We could not let that pass without connecting. So, hey, I'm always excited at this time of the year. Kicking off the new year for me never ever gets old, and I know that this year the celebrations have been muted somewhat by the global pandemic last 2 years now, and definitely the rise of this new variant Omicron. Um, but I still see this time of year as an opportunity for a fresh start. Notwithstanding that, we've felt stuck. Many of us have felt stuck in this COVID time warp, as it were, right? And because of that, it's a little bit difficult, right? Right, Felicia, James, great to see you. It's a little bit difficult, I would say, somewhat difficult to make plans for the future because we're kind of overshadowed by this lingering pandemic, right? What do you do? Um, but hey, it is the beginning of the year. It is the beginning of the year. The magic of the calendar is rolling over to a new year. And again, regardless of whatever challenges we may have experienced over the last 12 months, dare I say, last 24 months, um, the new year exudes hope of something better around the corner. Right? The new year um, exudes this idea of a renewing, right, of a new start. And so, hey, here we are. We're getting ready to take another trip around the sun. Remember, we're the third rock from the sun, right? And we're getting ready to take another trip around the sun here. And so I want to share some ideas with you. Three. I'm going to make it quick this week. Uh, Three ideas that I think would be useful to think about, right, as we make that trip around the sun, starting out this new year. My friends on Instagram, forgive me, we don't, I'm still waiting on Instagram to kind of get with the time, so I'm going to share some graphics. Won't be able to share it with you guys on on Instagram, but definitely my peeps over on YouTube and LinkedIn and Facebook, they'll be able to see. But you'll get the text, right? You'll get the word, you'll get the verbiage. So the first thing, let me jump in here. It's new. First thing is that I want you to think about is, I want you to remind yourself of your strength, right? Remind yourself of your strength. Sometimes we tend to forget how incredibly strong and powerful we are, right? Winnie the Pooh, can I go back to Winnie the Pooh? He says that, you're braver than you believe, you're stronger than you seem, and you're smarter than you think. Really, you're smarter than you think, you're braver than you believe, and you're definitely stronger than you may seem. I mean, can you think back to December 2019, early 2020? Can you remember the stress and the sea of uncertainty that we're all kind of uh, floating in, and it was swirling around as this pandemic unfolded? Can you remember that time? There was so much uncertainty, and it was difficult to even imagine how we're going to get through 2020, right? It was hard to see the other side of this, and here we are. We're 2 years in this maze, in this fog, as it were. Um, and we're still breathing, we're still standing. And what I know, what we all know from experience, is that life is not without its challenges, right? There's life is just not set up that way that we're going to get through this baby smooth sailing. No, life has its challenges. But what I also know is that each of those difficult experiences prepares us for the next experience, the next challenge that is around the corner. Right? So, it proves, I think, just how strong you are, right? As Winnie the Pooh says, you're stronger than you are. You're braver than you believe. You're stronger than you seem. You're, in fact, smarter than you think you are, right? I think sometimes we allow the stress of the moment to cause us to lose track of the fact that we actually have this amazing ability to surmount any challenge that we may face. Hey, just look through your life, man, on some of the greatest, most pressing issues that you have had to deal with. And when you're going through it, you couldn't imagine yourself making it through, right? You could not see the other side of this thing, but here you are looking at it from the other end because you made it through, right? You have it within you. All of us have it within us to overcome any adversity, to surmount any adversity that we may face. And I know it's a fair criticism, accuse me of being Mr. Optimistic, Mr. Always seeing the glass half full kind of guy. But I just believe that. I believe that we have the ability we have overcome the worst of the pandemic, is what I think, although things are still a little bit crazy. But whatever comes our way, we can still get through it. And all of that, I think, goes to the point that we have to remind ourselves of how strong we truly are, and all that we have experienced over the last 2 years or so is proving how strong and resilient we are. So let's not forget that as we take this next trip around the sun. My next thing I want to remind you is to get you to reflect on the goodness that's present in your life, right? Just take a time out and just think about all the things that you have in your life. That's good. That's awesome. That's working for you, right? It is so easy, I think, to appreciate the goodness in our life when things are peachy, when things are going well. We can easily focus on all the wonderful things that we're experiencing, that's in our life. And I get it that it may seem counterintuitive, that moments of crisis actually provide the best conditions for us to gain a grateful perspective on life, right? And, what are you talking about, Devon? I'm like, this pandemic has ruined my mental health, ruined my business, etc., etc. My social life is in the doldrums. There's so many things that we can think about that is not necessarily working right during this pandemic. So how can you say that these moments present the best opportunity, the best conditions for us to gain a grateful perspective? They actually do. Eileen Caddy, let me get to my graphic here again. She's a spiritual teacher and author. And she says, hey, gratitude helps you to grow and expand. Gratitude brings joy and laughter into your life and into the lives of those that are around you. Why is that? Because, as I said, no matter how challenging it is, you can actually think about some things that will bring joy and bring laughter and bring life and bring value to your life and the life of those people around you. And so my challenge, my encouragement to you is to take another time out, man, and identify those things in your life that you can actually be grateful for. Like, things aren't going right, but are you upright? And I always say, man, any day that you're up and you stick your elbows out and there's no wood on either side, it's a good day. That let's start there, right? Man, I'm breathing. Ooh, yeah, look at that. That's awesome, right? So identifying those things in your life that you can be grateful for actually leads to more of the same. You start identify one thing and then you go, ooh, there's something else over here. And then there's something else over here. And then you realize that, man, you have a litany, a whole slew of things that you can actually be thankful for. And there are studies, numerous studies that they have done that have shown that, expressing gratitude amplifies the positive things in our lives, right? It connects us to others and it improves our relationships, right? And it gives us the sense that there's something better around the corner. That's hope, man. The lifeblood of possibility, right? If there is something better around the corner, I think any of us can get through a tough today if we have the sense that there's something better around the corner. And when you choose to be grateful, when you choose to identify those things in your life that that you should be grateful for, that are going to bring a smile to your face and joy in your life, and that starts to multiply, right? You start to go, wow, there's actually, it's not the end of the year, it's not the end of the world, right? So, right, Robert, Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you, Leon. Right. So, yes, let's take some time out, my friends, to reflect on the goodness. I can't think of a better way to start the new year. I can't think of a better way to start this new trip around the sun. Can you? Right? Reflect on the good things. And then finally, I want to encourage you to recommit to achieving your goals. Whatever those goals are. Maybe you had some like amazing goals set in 2019 and then the world stopped, right? The world as we knew it changed. And you got the wind knocked out of you, and it took you a while, man. And that happens sometimes. It took you a while to kind of, get your footing and get your bearing back. That's fine. That's fine. Just welcome to life. That's just part of the process. But now is the time to say, okay, life, you've given me your best shot. You have hit me with your best shot. Now I'm going to recommit to the things that I wanted to achieve. Maybe I got thrown off track, but you know what? I'm going to get back in the game, right? It's often said that one of the single trait that will keep you going, help you to keep on pushing in the face of obstacles is your commitment. You have to truly commit to the things that you really want to accomplish, right? That's the thing that I think is going to help you to keep on pushing, right? And, the new year, this time of the year, with the hope and the possibilities that it offers, right? This time of year, I think, affords us the opportunity to recommit to I want to say, first of all, our overall life vision, whatever that vision is for you, whatever it is that you've always wanted to become and had been working on becoming and achieving and having and doing. And yes, maybe the pandemic, as I said earlier, threw you off course. This time of year, I think with the hope and the possibility that's swirling around, albeit muted by the existence, the continuance of this pandemic, I think really gives you an opportunity to recommit to that overall vision, and then and to the specific goals that you haven't yet achieved, but it's still out there for you to go get, right? None of us are going to get through this thing called life without having to deal with uncontrollable events, I call them, right? Global pandemic, an uncontrollable event. Maybe it's a more personal circumstance. On all of them, global pandemic, personal issues, issues on the job, in the business. They're going to put up impediments in your way that are going to distract you from your most important task. That's just how it is. Whether it is a setback that you're dealing with, or maybe because you have had to pivot, you have had to change course, now you're dealing with this sometimes a steep learning curve. You have to navigate all of that. Know that these things are going to happen. Welcome to life, right? These things are going to happen, but let me get my graphic here. Do not see these things as excuses to quit, but rather reasons to recommit to becoming a better version of yourself, right? Do not see the distraction, do not see the impediments as reasons to quit, right? You have to recommit. It was Vince Lombardi who says that the quality of a person's life is in direct proportion to the commitment to excellence. In other words, hey, if your life is going to be awesome, your life is going to be amazing if you commit to being the best you absolutely can be. If you commit to doing your absolute best. No, your best may not be amazing. Your best may not be earth-shattering, but it's a habit, right? Excellence is a habit. So if you get in the habit of doing in the moment, given everything else that you're dealing with, the best that you can do in the moment, if this is the best you can do, hey, you can live with yourself. You can feel satisfied that you laid it all on the line. And that is going to add to the quality of your life, right? That's what Vince Lombardi is saying. And that's what I'm saying to you as well. And so recommit, right? And that requires you to be intentional. Like every day, you have to get up and be intentional about what it is that you want to achieve and what it is that you need to do in order to achieve those goals, in order to eventually fulfill that vision you have for your life, right? And so, yeah, I know we've had a challenging, 2 years and so, and in some respects, it's still a little challenging seeing where this ends. But the obstacles don't have to stop you unless you make it stop you, right? And so, yes, I want to encourage you to just remind yourself of how strong you are. Spend some time thinking about all the good things that's going on in your life, despite of the challenges that might be swirling around you. And then I want you to recommit, man. I want to encourage you to recommit to achieving your goals. Recommit to doing everything in your power to become the best version of you. That's the only thing you have to do. You don't have to try and become better than Tom, Dick, Harry, or Mary. Just become better than who you were yesterday, who you were last week, last month, last year. The best version of you. That's all you need to do. All right. So yeah, awesome. Great to be able to hang out with you. Looking forward to continuing the conversation. We'll be here next week. And bring a friend, right? Bring a friend, invite a friend. And for those who didn't see it, feel free to share the recording of this with your friends. So as I said earlier, the challenge that they don't have to stop you. They're not an excuse. I want to encourage you to visit my website, devonharris.com. I made it as easy as possible. I actually have an ebook on there that I'd like you to check out. It's about goal setting, how to set and achieve your goals, right? And this is a great time of year. It's an easy read, chock full of ideas and strategies and suggestions, right? $2.99. That's it. devonharris.com. Check out and I actually do have a free e-course on goal setting that you'll find there as well. So run over to the website and check it out, man. Looking forward to connecting next week. Yes, I'm always excited, as I said earlier, at this time of the year, just filled with hope. And the challenge I give myself, the challenge I want to give you, is to really work hard at living every single day for what today's the 4th, so right, 361 days left. Work hard at living and approaching each day with the intention that says, I'm going to get the best out of this day. I'm going to make the best out of this day. I'm going to give my best to this day. I think you're going to see a significant difference at the end of the year if you approach each day with this mindset. All right. Looking forward to connecting next week. Until we do, yeah, you know the deal. Keep on pushing.